So welcome, we're going to take a look at the example for the low knock oil company, and that's 3-10. And again, if you look below this video, you'll see the link to the website for the textbook, which will have this exact data file. And you can click on chapter 3 and you can download all the data files for these examples. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. Now, one of the things when you look at this and look at the solution, it may not be very intuitive. And the reason why it may not be very intuitive is, as you can see here, they've arranged it so that all of the constraints that are the same are together in blocks. All right, so and looking at this, it may not be that intuitive when you're building this. So it's something to think about. And what I'll do is I will put it together in a more intuitive way. And once it's all together, then I'll rearrange it such that it's easier to load into Solver. All right. Otherwise, you would have to load in all those constraints, quite a few of them separately, and that's a lot of work. But what I'll do is I'll build this, and I'll do it in a more intuitive fashion. I'll walk you through it. So first, let's copy this. So I'm just going to go down here and right-click on the button and move or copy. So I want to do a copy. So I'll just create a copy, move it right to the end. Okay, so here is my copy, and I'm just going to blank this out. Okay, now let's take a look at the constraints. All right, so and again, what we have is we have crude oil. So there's 3 types of crude oil, and they can buy it by the barrel, and then it's $86, $92, $95. So they can take this crude oil, and what they can do with the crude oil is they can use it to refine it and then blend premium gas, regular gas, and economy gas. And again, they've got demand from their industrial customers, right? So they'll need 14,000 of premium, and these are in barrels, 22,000 of regular, and 25,000 of economy. So they said this is how much we need from you. And these are the barrels that are available. So they can buy the sort of what we call the unrefined oil, and then they can refine it and then blend it and make different types of gasoline from them. Now there is a different composition. So as you can see, for the different types of crude oil, that they have different levels of compound. So compound A of 35%, 25%, and 35% of compound C for crude type oil X100, and that costs $86 a barrel. So the idea is, how can we make these types of gas, all right, and meet this demand in a sort of low cost way? So we're trying to minimize costs here. Okay, and again, in terms of making a premium, we can make it by blending any one of these different types. In fact, X100 can make premium, regular, and economy. X200 can make premium, regular, and economy, and X300 can make premium, regular, and economy. And that leaves us with 9 different decision variables, because it's 3 times 3. So let's show you here. All right, so this is P, and this is for premium grade. R is for regular grade, and E is for economy. And this means that barrels of X1 crude blended to produce premium grade. So we can blend the X crude, refine it, and blend it to produce the premium grade. But you can also see X100 it can be used to produce and blend the regular grade. So the 1 here would signify that it's X100. The 2 is signifying that it's coming from X200. The 3 signifying it's coming from X300. All right, so let's take a look and put together our constraints. Now, in terms of constraints, we're going to have to meet demand. All right, so again, in terms of meeting demand for premium, regular, economy, our customer doesn't want less than this. All right, so if we're producing, we should make at least this amount, right? So at least 14,000 barrels of premium, at least 22,000 barrels of regular, and at least, so that sets up our constraints. So let's take a look here. Okay, so in terms of demand, we've got premium demand, and we've got regular gas demand, and we've got economy demand. Okay, if you remember from before, premium demand, let's get that number. Premium demand was 14,000, 22,000, and 25,000. Okay, so 14,000, 22,000, and 25,000. All right, let's just make sure that those are the numbers: 14, 22, 25. 14, 22, 25. Okay, so we're good for that. And in terms of the sign on this, the sign is going to be, you can produce a greater than or equal to, but you can't disappoint the customer. The customer doesn't want 13,000, they want 14,000. The customer doesn't want 21,000, they want 22,000 of the regular, and so on. So we can take this and we can copy that down for those ones. Now in terms of premium, premium can come from, in this case here, from X100, X200, and X300, right? And that will give us the premium. And in terms of regular, regular is going to come from, and this is regular here, and then we can start with regular here. Regular can come from here, here, and here. So again, there's a flexibility. When we take these sort of crude barrels of oil that are unrefined, we can use them and we can blend. All right, so the X100, X200, and X300 can make regular. Same thing for economy as well. It can make X100 can make economy, X200 can make economy, and X300 can make economy. All right, so we should use our sum product for here. So we've got the sum product. All right, we got the first array right here. It goes all the way across. And in terms of number of barrels. And we'll just hit F4 to make it an absolute reference, because we'll need this all the way down. You just copy that all the way down for that formula. Okay. Now next up, if we look in terms of some constraints, we have availability of this crude oil. All right, in terms of crude oil. And in terms of the availability of it, those are the barrels that we can buy, but we don't have to buy all of them, but that's all that's available. So 15,000 is the most that we can have of X100. X200, the most that we can have is 32,000. X300, the most that we can have is 24,000. Okay, so X100 available. And then X200. All right, in terms of the sign, that would be less than or equal to. We can't go above what's there because that's all that's available for barrels of oil. And again, that's going to be the raw stuff that we can refine. And what they have for the numbers for X100. So X100 was 15,000, 32,000, and 24,000. So 15, 32, 24. All right, so how do we get the X100? What will we? So you'll see X100 is right here. X100 is right here. And X100 is right here. Now for X200, X200 is right here. X200 is right here. And X200 is right here. Okay, lastly, X300 is right here, and here, and here.